Hello, today is September 16th, 2017. Let's go over my last calls. I was looking for a day with an early low. We got that. For Monday, I expect a day with an early low. A late high tends to have a positive spin to it, but it doesn't preclude a big drop at the open, or at least in the first hour. If there is such a big drop, the day tends to be weak. If there isn't, the day tends to be strong. Made a few other calls which didn't work. Looked for a gap under this low in a big tank. It was obvious before the open. That wasn't going to happen. Usually when my calls don't work, it's quite clear before the open. Next guess was if it failed, we would have a gap over this high. It was obvious at the open. That didn't happen. That wasn't going to happen. Next, I said if those didn't work, we should close little change. Little change to me means under 4 points, and that didn't happen. I also predicted the 15th of September would fall on Saturday, and that didn't happen either. Not a good day. During the day, MEJT says this is a false move, gives us a target of 2494.96, most likely by early Tuesday, an optional target of 2493.33. If it doesn't print by Monday, I'd forget it. That's my call. But if we gap up sharply, the odds are they'll be out of reach. This says going higher than I thought it was going to high, and then it was higher than I believed it would. Let's see what's going to happen Monday. First of all, a lot of people think we're in an impulsive move up. This doesn't look very impulsive to me. This last fling up has an ABC look to it. You can see how A and C are equal. That being said, usually when you rally strongly into the close on Friday, it almost always continues higher Monday. A tell for weakness would be if we gap down, often sharply, at Monday's open. That would be a sign that something else was going on. There's a chance of this happening. For one thing, the rally to new highs happened at a very inopportune time. It was only when big money had left the table and the amateurs were there to play by themselves that we extended higher. There's a wall into the close and also a Hobson close right at the high of the day. These often lead to gapping down, but as I've said, when you're hitting new highs, it only works half the time. This move up invalidates the sell signal, but there's something called a critical qualifier. We have to go past this close by a tick. So if we get down, and we'd never trade over this close, the weekly sell from the mark is still intact. These things have worked rather well since the early 80s, but they've been a big disappointment the last few years. Well, here was my old count. I had all kinds of stuff at the August high, which I thought was going to hold. We had the Fibonacci stuff, the Lindsay stuff, and the DeMark stuff. We've now gone higher than all of it. We're not higher by even 1%, but it's still higher than I thought we would be. I think we should play around with this count somewhat to see if we can see what's going on. The general idea, I believe, is correct, but let's move this point A over to here and see how it changes things. My initial idea was because of this ABC and the Fibonacci relationship, that's A. B, it's harder to define, could be any one of these points, but there is a Fibonacci relationship here, and if that's the August high, excuse the phone call, if that's the August high, this would have to be an expanded flat. It doesn't break any rules, but it's not a very aesthetic count. This is a possible count. Ending diagonal triangles don't happen in C waves very often, but it's possible. If that's true, this is a throw over, and all the Fibonacci stuff at this high in August is still legitimate, but if this count works, we have to drop pretty hard and pretty fast, really from right around here. I don't know if that'll happen, but if it happens, I think that's what's going on. You do have this nice Fibonacci relationship here, and all these waves can be counted as threes. So as far as Monday is concerned, I have lower targets. If we gap up, they're probably out of reach. If not, I think they'll print. This is one of my change in trend dates. If it's going to work for a top, we should move down sharply right from the open, ideally by gapping it down. I don't know if that'll happen or not, but we'll see if we continue higher, in which case they should go significantly higher, certainly tradably higher. But if we gap down, it could be the start of something big. And that's today's call.